What's up guys, Dodge here. Welcome back to episode 2 of a little series I call Content Crackhead. We're gonna look at at some of the shittiest people on YouTube and look at their shit content and or shit personality. Now this second episode, like the first one, I think it's country. This one I think I'll get a bit more beef on it. But Def Noodles. So if you don't know who Def Noodles is, he is a YouTuber with over 400,000 subscribers and a pretty active Twitter, and he's pretty much a news channel. He's like, you know, he's your tipster, Keemstar, Scarce, you get what I mean, just any news channel. Well, I think he has something above a bunch of the news channels, which being his personality. But I want to, however, start with the past. What has he done in the past to really deserve this, and why do people ridicule him? Well, I think let us get into this, and I also got a good friend of mine, so take it away.
Hey everyone, Creepy here, and thank you Dodge for letting me onto this video about Def Noodles. I've been wanting to cover him, and now it's the perfect time to do it. You see, Def Noodles has done some scummy things in the past, and that's what I'm going to be looking at today. So this YouTuber named Grady Hooper decided to make a video on Def Noodles when he only had 1K subscribers, so you usually wouldn't expect the bigger YouTuber to make a video on him when he's so small compared to him. But Def Noodles decided to say, "Absolute genius makes a video telling the world he's madly in love with me," because he clearly has such a small ego he can't take criticism. Now, if the person who made the video on Def Noodles was around the same size, I would understand him actually liking it, but the fact that it's so small compared to his channel, there's no reason to. Not to mention, whenever Def Noodles gets criticized, he always complains that he's going to delete his channel and stuff like that. He does this all the time, and that's the most recent example 5 months ago. Now, let's go look at the video that Def Noodles was so scared of.
Hey guys, Def Noodles is the newest star drama channel on YouTube, but he's extremely sensitive for a critic. He's unfunny, he's cringy, toxic, and his Twitter is a mess. I think a good place to start before we get into his videos would be his Twitter. So in his pinned tweet, he put up some guidelines for how his Twitter is going to be run, basically explaining who he is and what he's going to be doing on Twitter. So let's see if any of these actually hold up. Clarification on how this page is run. Number 1, this is a satirical internet news and commentary page. Now for starters, you might see that news and commentary are pretty contradictory. Also, you're not The Onion. The news you post is very real, but I see that you mentioned that you're satirical internet page. Well, we'll debunk that a little bit more later on, but I just wanted to mention that that's the exact same argument the lovely Rice Gum tried to use when he was trying to shield himself from all criticism.
Def Noodles to this day still uses the excuse of it being satirical. The problem with that is he's not joking. That would make sense if he was joking, or if he had a joke or a joke video, but you can't take anything he says seriously since he's constantly being satirical, quote unquote. Not to mention, he doesn't come off as satirical at all. He just acts as if he's actually saying what he believes.
Only facts relevant to the story. Opinion will rarely, if ever, be shared.
It is actually very relevant. I think it's important to realize that Sia just doesn't care what anybody thinks. Creator has an army of 9-year-olds who can't think for themselves. Everything else is already fake.
Well, this must be from a long time ago then. August 28th, and it's still pinned. But he can't decide if he wants to brand himself as opinionated or just the cold hard facts. So instead he just shares his half-baked ideas with his followers as if they're facts. He doesn't think before he talks or tweets, and that makes all of his points much weaker.
Def Noodles needs to stop acting as if he says that he's satirical, that would shield him from all forms of criticism. Def just wants to get his opinion out, and he doesn't care if he's wrong. He doesn't care if you prove him right. He's just going to use the excuse that he's satirical, even though he clearly is not satirical. He's given his opinion, and it clearly is not a joke. Stop acting like it is. The fact that Def Noodles has 500,000 subscribers scares me. How have 500,000 people decided to subscribe to this man? So, I'll have Dodge put the link to the video I showed in the description below. So, Def Noodles is a loser who can't take criticism, who hides behind satire, who will send his fans to attack someone 1/500th of his size. Def Noodles has been horrible in the past, but who knows? Maybe he's actually doing well now and he's doing good in the present, right? What am I saying? Of course he's not. Dodge, you go next.
So as you see, Def Noodles is willing to go after literally anybody who makes a video on him, or does anything negative against him, and hides against satire. Well, this is bad, but I think there's a bit worse. That is, I think, the story of him and Kavos. So, if you don't know who Kavos is, basically, one of the biggest commentary channels from the UK. Almost over 1 million subs, even Twitter verified. And he, a year or two ago, like a year and a half ago, he went on a stream and just roasted, Def Noodles' content. Okay, what's wrong with that? Well, then Dennis immediately makes a video called, I am thinking about quitting. Because he got roasted. So then, like, ever since then, he's pretty much had a massive hate boner against Kavos. What do I mean by this? One, literally tried to make a story out of the fact that Kavos has said the said faggot before. And that's not a bad thing itself, but he says it's recent shit when they're from 2016. You know, the years when iFdubs was a thing, when he was his uncensored version, when he would say anything. Yeah, that iDubbbz. And that's also when he said that. But he tried to pass it off as if it's new shit and that Dream Stands have found it out. And they're pissed, and literally would make updates about just one random person responding that had an opinion they liked. Now, okay, it's fine to criticize someone from their past, but you also have to think about it's a different era. And I think Augie said it best when he said, if he said this shit now, he'd be unverified. That's true. Like, unless you were the thing, I don't think they're fine with, like, saying the faggot anymore on Twitter. They'd probably immediately fucking unverify him. But that's not the point. He then, like, very much like a week later, goes and adds Deji, you know, KSI's brother, the one that is pretty much a punching bag, who, okay, I'm just gonna quote it. So he pretty much sued Kavos for defamation and won. One of the few cases where he won. And this is not about, like, if you like Kavos, you hate Deji, you like Deji, you hate Kavos. It's about the fact that he then tried to add him saying, how did you win and what was it like? And I don't think he gets that in the fucking UK. It's fought under different rulings. And unlike Deji, who has been doing this for years and has 10 million subs, Kavos ain't loaded. And it's the opposite in the UK. You have to prove you didn't defame them. That's how it fucking works. So he tried to ask him to fucking make Kavos, well, make it look like he had an actual case when he didn't. Because Kavos, no matter your opinion on him, he's gonna have more dough than you fucking Def Noodles. You will never win, and any single person you ever make a video on, it's just a lie. You will never actually take criticism, you hide behind satire, and Def Noodles, go to hell. Take criticism or leave. We don't need people like you spreading false info. We need people like, just perfect example, Scarce. He just says the news. He doesn't put an opinion, he just says news. Either be that or be a normal commentary channel. It's either or. You can't be a both. Like, you just can't. So, anyhow though, let us go. What does he need to do in the future? What's the point of this video? Why does he need to change? Well, he needs to do a few things. 1. Start taking criticism. Yeah, you can hide behind satire, but it's clear at this point that you're not really being satirical and you're using it as your ultimate shield. You're using it as your Uno reverse card, your no-you shield. So I would either stop doing that and not be so satirical, or stop trying to hide behind it, or just quit. 2, actually take criticism. Because while you don't have to, you don't have to like the critics you have and all, you should still take the criticism. There's a reason we make videos on you. You're an easy target, and you will never take criticism. We know it. So take your criticism or go. Leave the platform if you won't be able to take criticism. And one more thing is this. Stop calling people what they aren't, or trying to literally ruin someone's career for nothing. You tried to ruin Kavos' career because he wants a defamation case and such. You tried to solve, therefore you say, he won't beat me in court. No, he will. he would easily murder you in court, Def Noodles. So, the lesson of this video, Def Noodles, don't take criticism, stop hiding behind satire, and most of all, stop trying to actually do what you say others are doing. Because you posting an old tweet of his, he can easily take you to court, and you're going to and you can get sued for a lot of money for defamation. That's all, folks. That's been me. Thank you very much, Creeper, for joining in on this video. And as always, join my Discord server, follow my twitter.com, and as always, see ya.